integrity, innovation, and meritocracy, both in the public service and in the private sector. And that's why a country like Singapore has made a lot of progress, Korea and Japan. Now, when you're talking about people fighting meritocracy, it's not just limited in the political space. Like, for instance, you may have followed the case of Nairobi Hospital, where the chairman, Dr. Chris Bichage, is in trouble for insisting on meritocracy. In fact, one can even venture and say that meritocracy as a subject or as a philosophy or as an element increasingly is becoming an endangered species.
Right.
The reason why most governors are happy with incompetent people is because they know that when you're...
As their deputies?
Yeah, as their deputy, they know that they can dance as they so wish and nothing would happen.
You cannot say that in your closing remark.
Well, unfortunately, you just said so.
No, you cannot just say that in closing remarks. But
you see that.
You see, look at the resumes of deputy governors across the country. You're going to find the most learned professors, doctors across the country who are well-learned and well-functioned, who came from the private sector.
And therefore, this argument is neither here nor there.
The argument is neither here nor there.
But the incompetence has got nothing to do with academics. Incompetence has nothing to do with academics.
What maybe there lacks is what you call a little bit of political wisdom and diplomatic relationship in both the case of the governor and their deputies. Because remember, what holds leadership together is most largely not your qualification in school, but rather your ability to bring out the best ideas from the people who work for you. And if you cannot be able to do that, that becomes a problem for you politically, in governance, and in service delivery.
And perhaps we need to talk about the electorate, because then if they're going to look at the choice of the governor, for DP, don't you think they as well have the capability through the ballot to say that perhaps we have looked at the academic credentials or perhaps the operations of this DP, and we do not think that this is a pair that we want to actually have on board, and therefore is it an undoing of the governor or is it an undoing of I don't know what, or maybe the electorate who...
The average voter in Kenya and all over the world is emotional and irrational. They abandon logic on the voting day. Yeah, I mean, look at the case of the US. They knew that the reason they were kicking out Biden and Kamala Harris was because of the cost of living. Now you have these tariffs that are occasioning the cost of living, but a majority of them still say Donald Trump is our man.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Yes. One, what we expect for devolution is, Azimio, we were promising 40 to 45% of the total revenue of the country to go to devolution.
Yes.
Our friends, Huda, here, they were promising 30 to 35 because they said we were ambitious. I'm humbly asking them, please, 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 do even the bare minimum of 30%. Number two is...
Mheshimiwa, we have to close.
Yes. From the bread-based government, Kenyans, especially Gen Zs and anyone who does not possess the ID, please go for it and ensure you have a voting.
I think Mheshimiwa here had a note that he had to popularize the name bread-based government before he came to the show.
So here we go.
Yes, and El Chapo.
Thank you so much.